The Paris Hilton tape comes out on DVD?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And my favorite part is she answers the phone during it.
She does?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
What? No, I heard all about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she answers the phone in the middle of it.
We were at a party. And somebody was talking about it, and it's this guy that like is cool and classy, and we all like him a lot and everything. And he goes, "Oh my God, she was really into it. I mean, you could just tell, like she." And everybody looks at this cool, like classy guy, like, "Dude, you're scaring
What
us."
have you been concealing
Yeah,
from us?
and his wife just is like, "What?"
God,
I just heard that.
well, I heard she answers the phone.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
all I've heard.
He did the same thing. Just heard that. Wow, I didn't know it was in mass production like that.
Yeah, no, it's coming out.
Yeah, apparently it says the Paris Hilton sex tape comes out on DVD next week. I don't know why that just shocked me, but it just did.
Huh.
Did they ever like package in Pamela and then?
Yeah, it was the biggest selling porn tape of all time until they expect this to beat it.
Because I just thought that it was like a download. I don't know why. I just thought. I mean, I don't know if I'd feel okay about myself walking in to the old video store. I like one Paris Hilton DVD, please.
You do it the same way that young men buy condoms. I'll have this gum, and I'll have this the Nutty Professor and the Paris Hilton and Dog Day Afternoon.
But our friend Rand does it a different way. I'd like this art film.
Nice.
He always calls it an art film. You always got to go with the art film. Well, sad news this morning already. And it's only,
36 after the hour.
6 minutes into that 30th sucker, that 36, like Danny said. And that is that the big guy, the
blonde guy?
The big blonde guy says he doesn't even notice anymore his hair is so white.
Really?
That's what he just told me.
Get up, look in the mirror, and you don't look like the Scott Peterson disguise to you?
There's no. I look different, but I'm not startled by myself anymore. I'm just like, oh, there I am.
You're one up on me. I look in the mirror every morning and go, whoa!
Because don't you, that it didn't go all the way white. It's kind of
No,
stuck
it
in
went all the way white. I put brown back in. I put color back into it because it was so
that.
white. I looked like a paper.
Because now you have more of
I'd
a...
have gone ghost.
It's more of a...
Paper?
It's ash blonde,
Who picks
damn it.
paper?
I know ash blonde. Ash blonde has like more gray and browns in it. It's more of a...
I put ash blonde in it after it was white.
Gold. Yeah.
The ash blonde went in it
not
after
golden.
it was white.
Not gold as in like the color of a gold bar or something you see on TV. So totally not that red enough.
Like baby chick gold.
Yes, absolutely baby chick gold.
Wow,
is
that's
perfect.
good. Yes.
It's kind of
By
hot.
the way,
Yeah, that is right. That's baby
Jack
chick
and I
gold.
were having a little sidebar on this when he said, "Oh, it's not as white as paper," and I mumbled, "I'd have said ghost," and Jack picked what he picked. Who picked paper? So baby chick, way better description of what your hair
No,
color
it was before you guys have never saw paper.
Yeah, but
I did this to it so that it wouldn't
No,
look
they're saying
white.
they're saying that paper comes in all different colors,
Oh,
and that ghost
like,
is a
that's
general
paper.
white color.
Yeah,
Paper white.
I'm still
Most
ready to
paper's
fight this
white.
one.
I let it go.
I mean, there's just so many better things than white. Yeah, white as snow, white as a
I was
ghost.
gonna go with a light bulb.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are different colors of light bulbs, and I have a dimmer.
Yeah, I have a dimmer. Used it this morning when I can only find one shoe.
Oh.
When he dyed his hair.
I spilled orange juice all over myself.
Yesterday it was
I know, Jack, but when you drive the Hummer I looked down this morning, I was at 100 in the Hummer, and that's 6,500 pounds of pure Hummer action. That, I don't know what the ratio to stop 6,500 pounds is, but I think it's...
It's like a train.
I think you're right, by the way, because I've tried to stop it before, about 30. Yeah, so I try to stay clear of others because I know that if something debris, if you will, deadly debris.
You know what? I had a deadly debris incident today, this
You did?
morning already. Yeah.
What was
A
it?
gigantic plastic tarp, but it was flying.
Oh,
It had been hit by a car already, and I'm looking at it, I'm going, this is just going to suck
wouldn't
when I
that
get
be
wrapped
funny?
in this.
He's already a mummy.
Because I'm doing, you know what I'm doing.
Right.
And this big, it kicks up from behind a car, and at first it looks like a paper bag or something, and then it just unfurls. And I'm driving right into it, and you can see what it's going to do.
Yeah.
It's going to completely wrap
Yeah.
me up, and that's it. I'm going to die now. And just luckily, I don't know, another wind hit it and it flew over to the right. I mean, just at the last minute.
Oh, that would have been cool because if you'd hit it and crashed and burst into flames, you would have been heat sealed.
Shrink wrapped. I would have been shrink wrapped.
For your
That would have been
freshness.
Awesome. Some couples.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the correction from anybody. Anyway.
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, well, anyway, and they take these couples and they're all jacked up and then they give them a test. Now, it's kind of like, oh, hell, what's that show where they put them on the island and they all
Temptation Island.
Temptation Island, exactly. Just like that one. Except for they were really smart this time and they got ex-boyfriends and ex-girlfriends to tempt.
That'd be a drag.
Yeah, so, anyway, so they they have all these, well, one ex-boyfriend, I know there's ex-girlfriend, and so now the people that are left at home aren't able to contact them. They're just allowed to see, like, oh my God, my girlfriend is now with her ex-boyfriend on an island.
Right.
On paradise, basically. Anyway, so I was just thinking,
God, that makes me mad thinking about it. I'd be furious.
wouldn't ya?
Yes.
But they have no choice.
Yeah, because you might agree thinking it's all funny and ha-ha. But see your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend on tape with someone they've had sex with in paradise.
Oh my God.
I'd flip.
I would too. That would be awful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm all bugged.
So anyway, and I was just thinking as I was reading this, it's just amazing what happens to people when they're in love.
Yeah.
You know, it's like at some point everybody loses their mind. There's a story in the paper today where a lady, she's 67 years old and she's pissed off that they have a farmer's market in the park.
Right.
So for like 2 years, she's been getting up about 3 a.m. and spreading dog crap all over the streets, all over the park.
There's an effort.
Fresh.
Where'd she get that much fresh dog
Dog dung?
stuff?
Doesn't say.
Well, I mean, if she did it once, I could see that she's been saving it up, although it wouldn't be fresh. But that enough to mess with a farmer's market every day? She must have a secret stash.
I think she was saving it up or something.
Yeah.
But it said fresh. That's weird.
Dog poop Tupperware. Just keep it in there all week, then she could go spread it out on.
Absolutely. I'm
I
with
don't know
it.
if they make that, Jack, and I don't know if it goes.
I wouldn't want to burp it.
No. Anyway, it said there are 16 bags of dog feces is what she spread on a regular basis every Saturday morning.
Wow.
Wow. My question still stands.
That's a lot.
She's friends with someone at the pound.
Yeah.
She's got insider trading.
It says the officer
Insides trading.
at 3:30 a.m. Saturday, the officer spotted a woman walking a miniature German Shepherd down the middle of the park's interior road. The woman was reaching into a large plastic shopping bag, removing smaller bags, which she would open and then dump the contents into the roadway. She told us that she didn't like that they take up the whole road because she can't ride her bike. So my point is,
Wear a helmet.
we all go crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, like this lady's just nuts. She's older. Something snapped. I don't know. Something went awry in her head. Like
Yeah.
it's the connectors, a short. It's gonna happen. But like with love, I think it makes everybody crazy. Like this woman, I think it's age
Yeah. Okay.
and some connectors.
Right. Her connectors aren't connected.
Right. Like car crash. I don't know. It doesn't say.
Her
But
synapses aren't firing, whatever
Yeah,
that is.
Right. Yeah, those connectors. So, but with love, I think that if all your connectors are firing and everything's a go, it can still make you crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt. So this kid, well, he went a little nuts because, see, his father was the chief of police.
Mhm.
And he and his girlfriend had broken up, and he was like, I don't know, 23, 24,
Right.
old enough to know better. And so his girlfriend, apparently he found out Tabitha was going to go out with John.
Right.
So he was sad.
Sure he was. Broken-hearted,
Oh,
this kid.
devastated. Dude.
Right. Oh.
So what do you do when your dad's the chief of police?
You get his gun and you shoot somebody.
You're not that crazy yet.
See what I'm telling you? If Jack had asked me, I'd go, you pout. If you ask me, I say you shoot everybody.
No, what you do is you get in your dad's police cruiser
Yeah.
and you drive around town looking for her, and then when you finally find her and her new love, John, you pull him over.
Right.
And then you walk up there, and then they take off, and so you get back in your police cruiser and you pull them over again. And then they take off, and then they call for backup, and he's like, no, I'm pulling him over. Illegally dating.
Wow.
Yeah. He was arrested on multiple charges, including stalking,
Yeah.
false imprisonment, and falsely impersonating a law enforcement officer in grand theft auto.
The cool part was he only had to get into the back seat
Why?
because they arrested him. All he had to do was go
Oh.
from the
From
driver's
the
seat
front to the back, yeah. It wasn't a long walk to jail.
You're right. Yeah. Wow, that's fun. I wonder if he crawled over or got out and then back in.
They can't crawl over. There's a cage.
Oh yeah. That's
By the way, it's never normally a very long walk to the police car.
Right.
Now, I have been dragged out of a home once, and that was the long walk in the handcuffs in front of all my neighbors.
sometimes
but
they
normally,
just let you sit.
normally you're just right there.
Being somebody that also knows, sometimes they just let you sit there.
Yeah, that's from somebody who gets luckier than I do.
They just let you sit there and say, why? Oh, Jesus, I'm never living that again. Nor are
Good.
you. And also, and Jack just gave me another little happy story about psychoses, I believe, and people going nuts. So, do you know what your mailman looks like?
Mhm.
I wave at mine. He seems to be a nice feller. I don't really know him.
Right.
So I've been seeing him for about 3 years since I've lived in my house. Well, this guy has seen his mailman for about 15 years.
Wow.
Hey, Raj.
That's not only quite an employment record, but what a coincidence of time for 15 years. The mailman's at my house 10 seconds. To have not been inside, to have not missed this guy for 15 years.
Well, I
not
mean, he
have been at
hasn't
the
seen him
store.
every single day. I mean,
Oh.
for 15 years
I
on
thought
and off.
that was the story.
No. So, hey, Raj, he just sees him once in a while. Well, the other day, the guy's connectors aren't connecting.
Which one?
The guy that says hi to Raj, the
Oh,
mailman.
Right. Okay.
They're just not connecting. You know why?
Why?
All of a sudden, he goes, sick him. Has his dog attacked the mailman that he's been saying hey Raj to for 15 years. The dog jumps on him, starts mauling him.
And does it give any explanation aside that
They
he's not
don't-
connecting?
They just think the connectors went awry. They don't know what happened. It's really crazy how people can just go crazy.
Yes, it is.
So they said that there was an off-duty officer, and she heard the guy going, sick him. I don't know exactly how he said it, but it says sick him.
That sounds good.
Sick him. And they don't add a K. And so she shot him, the dog.
Right, not the guy that says hi to Raj.
Yeah, in the hind legs. Now he's in like one of those wheelbarrows or whatever. What is it?
He's in a
Wagon.
wheelbarrow.
A wagon. He has little wagon feet. Or what are those things? Remember those little...
Yeah, little wagon wheels. You're right.
Yeah. No, they called them something else, like a little trolley. I don't, on
You have not known the end to at least two of your
Veronica's
stories.
closet. Remember? They put that dog in the little...
Chariot.
Yes, that's exactly it. Wheelbarrow, chariot, whatever. He goes, yeah, I have it written down here. And then Mario's, he's right under your name.
Oh.
I was like, he's so sick of all of us. Anyway, talking about going to Vegas this weekend. I'm very excited about going to Vegas. I'm going to see the B-52s.
That's fun.
Yeah, Love Shack, baby.
Woo!
Love Shack, baby. Love Shack. I got me a car. It seats about 20.
I got me a Chrysler. It's as big as a whale.
And don't forget your jukebox money.
Oh, boy. I wonder if they can still sing. The only thing that scares me is they're on like a stage in the water.
I love that.
I hate electricity and water.
Yeah, well, it's not a great combination.
No. What if that old geezer like falls off when he gets all crazy?
Which old geezer?
And he shocks us all. Shock and awe. Yeah, I guess you're right. This is not right. I just looked down and it says something about a car wash. I was like, oh, somebody got electrocuted. But no, a 39-year-old man was arrested after stripping off his clothes and entering a car wash and taking a shower. What happens with people's connectors?
Okay. On a dare.
Yeah.
I rode my Harley in my underwear through a car wash.
Did it hurt?
I did it too.
It was freezing. That's what it was.
Why?
I was afraid that it was going to be really hot. That's what scared me, like hot wax or something like
Yeah.
that. So I was ready to go. But it was butt ass cold.
And what did you do?
It was a stupid radio bit.
Of course.
And I stripped down and then did it on the roof of the radio van. And all I know is those spinning towel things are heavy
Yeah.
as they spin
Yeah.
and they pound you pretty
I had
good.
to
Pop,
really,
pop, pop,
yeah.
pop, pop, pop,
I had
Okay,
to
the
really,
fact that
really,
you
really.
know the weight and how it feels, and because you were strapped to the top of a station van
See, two
and
things.
you're warning people
One,
Don't do
is
it.
ridiculous.
one, he's absolutely right. And two, I love that kind of wacky radio crap.
No.
I think that's funny.
Oh.
You don't think strapping
I
Frodo
like-
to the front of a bus would be funny?
No, but it's like he's warning people, like, "Hey, they're really heavy, and you will be pummeled." Really? Well, thank God I know now, because I was gonna lay on the top of my car.
The next one I want to do is one of those coin-op ones where it blows you dry at the end and it like blows so hard it sinks your car down. I ought to do that one
I
next.
did that one. That was
That's
what I
the
went
one you
through at the end.
did?
It had the big bowl.
Topper.
Dude, didn't you blow up?
It's right here in Burbank.
Topper.
I think that's awesome.
Let somebody just tell their story without you stopping it.
What if that's his story?
I'm kidding. He knows what I mean.
Oh.
Oh God. Anyway, it's just I don't know what I'm trying to get. I don't know what my point is. I think it's that, you know how we've talked about it, when you're standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon, you're like, I could jump.
It's what I call it is, this would be a bad time to go crazy.
Right. Where all of us are right at the edge.
I used to think of it every time the subway pulled into New York. As I'd see the front of the train coming out of the tunnel, I'd go, well, this would be an unhandy time to go mad.
Yeah, and it's weird because, like, what is different about, let's say, the guy that gets naked and gets in a car wash because he needs a nice shower, and say any of us, you know, or the guy
Well,
that pulls,
nothing with me and Stench.
Yeah, you guys actually have better.
We've
stories.
done it.
And the guy that pulls over his girlfriend in his dad's police car. I mean, are we just more creative with our insanity than these people are?
The guy that pulled over his girlfriend and me and Stench?
No, like, are all of us really technically insane, but we just cover it in a better way than these people?
Do you know that I think that that's what it is? I think you're right. And the reason being, I was kind of being haunted a little bit by the fact that I was waking up every morning and realizing I was singing a song in my head
Right.
that I had no connection to. It's still happening, by the way.
I remember you saying something.
But I said, this is so weird. I think I'm gonna keep track of these songs and then take them to somebody and see if this means something, because it's really weird. They're like, I told you, it's weird as the old gray mare. Songs that have nothing to do with my life, I'm
Right.
not reminded of. And I thought, what am I gonna do? I gotta take these to somebody. And Jamie goes, hey, I got an idea. Why don't you just forget about it and hum along and pretend you're normal? It's nothing. And I went, yeah. I don't have to be insane because a song like The Old Gray Mare pops into my head every morning. I should just sing along.
Right. And
You saved me probably $300 at the doctor's office and some more medication that I probably don't need to
Right.
stop singing in the morning.
so that's the thing. So it's an insane thing that's happening.
It's really weird, but so what?
But you're not letting it send you over the edge.
Right. Now I sing along.
Right. See, I think it's that. It's like, I think we all have insanity, but we just, I don't know. We either control it or we mask it, or I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe we don't. Maybe I'm not. I mean, not masking it.
I really took notice at first with me and Julio down by the schoolyard, Simon and Garfunkel. I thought, oh, okay, where do you get Simon and Garfunkel? But when it came to Old Gray Mare, she ain't what she used to be.
Right.
I thought someone needed to know. And when you said, how about you just sing along and don't worry about it? And I thought, that's a really sound advice. And now that's what I do. This morning, yo-ho, a pirate's life for me.
Well, I was thinking, like, when's the only time I've ever, almost gone insane? And it would just have to be based on, like, loves and
Right.
bad loves and all that crap. I don't think I've ever, even, with my mom dying and all that, yikes, all that crap with that. And while she was dying, I never really, like, felt like I was going to lose it.
Right?
Not.
I thought you handled that super well. It's the rest of your life that scares me.
Well, but that's just based on relationships usually.
Right.
It's like something goes awry with the relationships. But is it that I got everything else covered? I just need to figure out how to not be insane with relationships. And I'm like, because really, when you deal with death, that to me is the ultimate, like, you can't imagine the bricks that hit you in the face with that.
Right.
And when you can deal with that, you're like, okay, I can handle anything. But I can't.
The trick might be you need to date people you don't actually like that much.
I do.
Call Jamie.
So maybe sometimes it's just better to get all your rage out, Stench. Because Stench, we were just talking about snapping, and to let y'all in on it, we're talking about those moments when your connectors don't fire and when you snap. Stench has just informed me that he is still mad at George Maloof.
He blew me off for Lance Bass.
I can beat you. I can go further back.
Dick Clark?
Dick Clark saying he wanted a Coke.
I never forget.
You're like an elephant in so many
Dick
ways.
Clark and George Maloof all in the same day.
But I think that you're supposed to let it go. Oh, but they didn't apologize to. Dick Clark did.
Oh, yeah, Dick Clark did. He was actually really nice.
So when somebody apologizes, you should probably...
Maloof failed to acknowledge I existed and was trying to get away from me.
Shocker.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Oh, my God. So we were talking about, like, the moments in time when you just snap, and you don't know if it's because of something else. And in my life, it's usually been about relationships. But I will tell you what, the other day, I don't know what happened, but I just freaking snapped, and it was none of my business.
What do you mean? When, where, how?
I was at the nail salon, and I was getting, I know, right?
I hate that color!
I'm trying to think of some of the colors, but I can't. Oh my God, those OPI colors. Anyway, so my feet are in the little tub, getting bacteria all
Right.
yeah, and I'm watching this really elderly woman sit in one of the chairs. They told her, go sit down, number 2. We'll come to you. Well, nobody's helping her. Then they start on like 3 other people, and nobody's still helping the old lady because they don't want to help her because she's gnarly. You know, I mean,
Right.
she's an old woman that probably has like a bag.
And a bad tipper.
No, she was really quiet. She was feeble.
No, old people don't tip well. You don't want to help them. If you're a waiter or waitress, don't help old people. They
Oh,
don't
bad
tip.
tipper. I thought you
Yeah.
said temper.
No,
You
tipper.
sound like Louis De Palma in Taxi. Don't pick up handicapped people. Takes all day. Got to get that chair in and out. You could have picked up 3 normal people.
And I think that is true, that they were thinking, you know, we don't want the older woman. She'll tip bad, whatever. So by this time, I'm almost done with, and the lady has been there before me. So I don't know why. I go, Peter, that woman has been, Peter owns the place. That woman has been sitting there for 8 people. 8, you guys have done 8 manicures. I have done that woman. It is not fair, and you wouldn't want your grandmother to be treated like, I just lost it. I don't know what happened.
Wow. Good for you.
No,
Yes.
none of my business.
No, totally your business.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
She could have sat there till she died.
Exactly. And as your fellow man, it's your business, I think.
Well, I think I should have started slow, like
Right.
Peter, you want to help?
But if you admit that you should have started a different way, you also admit that you should have started. Therefore, it is your business.
I don't know.
You just went about your business poorly.
Welcome to my world.
So listen to what happened to him.
All right.
Just snapping
Okay,
by Stench.
I pick up the baby yesterday,
It should rhyme.
and I get the baby in the car. The baby immediately falls asleep, so you almost forget the baby's in the car.
Do you have one?
I could rhyme with most of that.
No, like a rhyme for Stench, snap, something. Like I'm trying to think of a title.
Well, I'll tell you what. You tell the first line of your story, and I'll help you.
Okay,
So the baby's in the car.
baby's in the car, knocked out.
Oh, that's a tough one.
I know.
You're supposed to just say the baby got in the car.
All right. Anyway, you work
He
on
slept before I got far.
it. Nice.
Okay.
It's a she.
I'm getting on the freeway, merging over with my blinker on, plenty of room, and as I'm getting to the left, I realize the car coming up behind me is really coming fast, so I cut back over, because technically at this point, I had cut the guy off, because he's flying.
Apparently, the rhyming part of this
Yeah.
wasn't going to work out. Go ahead.
So I cut back over, and after I cut back over, the guy lays on the horn forever, and I'm like, all right,
that.
I technically cut him off, whatever, but then pulls up beside me and proceeds to start flipping me off.
Oh, can't have that. Can't have that.
You already
Death to
did.
him.
You did the horn. Now you get the flip.
No,
Yeah.
you don't get to do both. You get to cut me off or you get to flip me off. But you cut me off and flip me off. You
Oh,
deserve
and made
to
it a
die.
point to pull up beside me and get even to my window and flip me off.
Oh.
So postal, out of control, insane. insane man swerving at this guy on the freeway, chasing him, rolling down the window, spitting at his car, calling him every...
Spitting at his
Yes.
car. And now
Yes.
you're going 80. I know how
No,
spit flies.
we slowed down because
Okay.
I had cut this guy off and he was scared at this
And you
point.
have the baby in the car.
Baby was asleep.
Yeah, well,
But the answer is yes.
Yes.
completely safe
So
now.
then I'm yelling at this guy, calling him like, pull over, you effing F, da.
You didn't fight him
I would have fought this guy.
with
and
your baby asleep.
well, I'm feeling to realize the baby's in the car right now.
I think
So-
Stench could fight most people without waking a baby.
Then I run and then I'm like chasing this guy, and then at one point he gets over to get off, and I'm
And
because
your Cerritos Ultima?
yes.
And what was he
the
driving?
Ultimates
No,
are
the
pretty fast.
2.5S
Oh,
is really
this guy,
fast.
by the
I
way,
wasn't saying that, but I mean, I know it is. But
It's
I'm
just
just
a
saying,
nice car
I'm just
chasing
saying
it.
he's in a nice family car with 4 doors being a badass.
this guy's in a silver Audi A4, and he lives in Santa Monica, and he's a blonde-haired little wuss boy, and I'll find him and kill him today if I can.
no,
with
you
no
won't.
baby in the car.
No, you won't. I don't think you can threaten that.
Anyway, this guy got off of the freeway to
You
get
can't
away
threaten
from
that,
me.
can you?
Well, he's not being
Yeah.
specific about who it is.
Yeah, I don't know his
still
name.
don't think you can. I don't know.
Oh, you feel free.
I would have followed this guy home well, when I cut over to chase him off the freeway, then I looked in the rearview mirror and realized, oh, a sleeping baby, got to stop.
Is this worth your kind of effort, though? See, sometimes when
I would have followed him home, and when he got out of the car, I would have beat that guy as
And I think
bad as I could
I
possibly
think the
beat a
answer to your
person and leave.
question is yes. It
Yeah.
is often worth it.
Because, you know, when I'm in a crappy ass relationship and trying to mend fences that I burned down or burn bridges that build them back up, sometimes I go, this is not worth it.
Oh, it was so worth it. It wasn't worth it that I didn't get to hit him.
But I mean-
Then I was left mad and unfulfilled.
But you're still involved, though.
I'm still mad.
You can hit me if you want.
No, I'm still mad about it. This guy, first of all, what it is at that point when he starts flipping you off and he's like right in your face, at that point, he has challenged my manhood. So I
Right.
chased him and completely demasculinized that man by the time he ran from me
So
off the
then
freeway.
it's over.
No, because then I wanted to beat him and hurt him, and so he wouldn't make the mistake to do it again. The next person may kill him. I was just going to beat him up.
I think you need a class.
See, I had something very similar happen, but I realized the error of my way
Anger
the other
management
day.
Class.
I got cut off and flipped off the other day, and I pulled up right next to these guys, and they looked like they could be gang members to me.
Yeah.
And then I realized they're really looking right at Gretchen. She's in the passenger seat with me, and I'm thinking, hey, these gang members could have guns, and they'll shoot Gretchen right in the head before they even get near me.
Yeah.
I gotta slow down.
Yeah.
So I managed my anger,
and
little
see,
stench.
and he's done with it. He's still not involved.
Yeah, I don't care about them.
But see, since I didn't get to empty my anger, later on there was another issue almost immediately because I was still mad.
Did you know that Stench found out that anger management lessons are paid for by her insurance? I'm about to say something that will make you laugh.
Oh, good. Well, good.
I was thinking how hot-headed, irrational men really scare me.
That's funny.
I mean, really, I don't know what it is, but there's something about people you can't reason with that it's
Right.
just, I mean, I'm, you know, I'm one of them. I might name shame me.
Oh, she's on her way to a meeting.
But it is like, you know, my brother-in-law, when he gets into a rage, it is just, I mean, it's all over, and he's just mental. I mean, you cannot pull him out of it, and he
Right.
just goes there. And I think that's what happened to Stench yesterday. He just went nuts. And then when he got home, like a lunatic, he stood in the middle of the road and started screaming at the neighbors like a psycho, like Bunny.
It wasn't the neighbors. It was
You're
the
my-
neighbors' construction workers.
You're the Santa Monica Bunny.
What'd they do?
They've been doing construction on the house across the street, and I, by the way, love my neighbors. They are cool neighbors. Coolest neighbors I have in that whole
Good.
block.
I think that's a commandment or something. Love thy neighbors.
No, they have, but they've been doing construction on their house, and it started, I think, January. It's still going on, and every day the construction crew parks in front of my house, which is annoying. I'm a little done with it, but you know they'll be done. Neighbors are cool, not a problem. Yesterday, right after having the incident on the freeway that I had, within 10 minutes, I pull in front of my house. And there's a 35-foot long giant trash can sitting in front of my house filled with junk. And I can't park in front of my house, and it's blocking the entire front of my house. And
So
I just
he goes
lost
nuts.
it.
and
Can you not get into your driveway?
No, it's not blocking my driveway, but it's blocking my, like, where I
His
usually park
view.
and walk up to the front of my house.
Right.
It's parked in front of my house, the whole front of
So
my
he
house.
stood in the middle of the street.
Yelling for the construction workers who were gone, because if they weren't gone, they would have got the beating the guy in the Audi deserved.
Now they come with hammers.
I
Don't
know.
care.
I know you don't.
Don't
And
care.
chainsaws and stuff.
Don't care.
Don't
No.
care. I've
Not
got an
chained.
electric hedge trimmer. I could scare you.
Circular. I don't really think they would. No, they probably
They almost
circular
never have
saw.
it. Yeah.
And that other.
Oh, those
some
construction
kind of
workers.
jigsaw.
And the
yeah.
construction workers lie. They're all big, stupid liars.
Nail
Because
gun.
They tell
Right.
They tell the neighbors
Winner.
they'd be done by April. It's June.
Okay, but the fact that you stood in the road and screamed like a lunatic,
MFers, get this thing out in front of my house, or I'm gonna beat somebody's ass.
and his neighbors came outside.
But I like them, and they're nice neighbors.
Well, they
He
think
loved
you're
them a
a
second
nut.
ago.
yeah, I like them. They're
But do you
great.
understand that they think you're a nut now?
I think they thought I was a nut before then. I mean, I live there. I do stuff.
You know what's really great is my neighbors think I'm awesome.
My neighbors think I don't exist.
Yeah, well, that's
They
good.
think I'm
though.
a phantom.
So I think that's really sad that you stood in front of the road.
But
and
I'm
just
tired
screamed.
of those damn construction workers being in front of my house, and I've never complained, and I won't as long as they're getting done. But the trash can filled with junk in front of my house where I couldn't park put me over the edge.
I mean, I go ballistic, and I'll fire up a good shot here and there, but I don't know. You're kind of
Well, I think if I hadn't had the incident on the freeway, I wouldn't have exploded on that yesterday. I would have just been mad about it, but went inside and been quiet. But having still been wound up and wanting to hit someone that I couldn't,
someone's
issues.
got to pay.
Someone must pay.
it was almost a
But
construction worker.
I often feel that someone must pay. See, my thing is about
It's true.
if I feel that somebody has offended my dignity,
Right.
believe it or not. That's the thing with me.
Your dignity.
Yes.
Stop calling him dumbass immediately.
That's the because I just
That's
find
not
that
dignity.
irritating. You know, it's like in the old days if somebody would have slapped you with a glove,
Yeah.
that was it. You'd step out and duel, and somebody would get most likely shot and possibly die. I feel if in some way I have been that my dignity is injured, I will fight to the death, and I will fight the bowling shoe guy.
Oh.
It's true.
The bowling shoe guy accused me of thievery in advance. That's what he did.
I admit it. I need help because I'm totally agreeing with the Dan.
I think, and look, believe me, I'm no one to judge, but don't you all think that maybe you're putting too much effort and time into this
No, I
crap?
felt when the cops actually showed up at our own party at the bowling alley that I had possibly gone too far or not far enough, fast enough. I did come to some reason because I actually met the cops on the stairs and said, "You guys are here for me, so it's over." And I just kept walking. But no, that guy, accused me of thievery in advance. He had to keep one of my shoes as collateral, implying I would steal his shoes. And then when I finally caved on that, I gave in to the accusation that I might steal. And then I said, well, I don't want to hang out with one cowboy boot. They're big. Please watch both. And he flatly refused. Now he was just in my face saying, I have no respect for you whatsoever. And that's when I pulled him over the counter.
and believe me, I guess, I don't know. I guess maybe either A, I'm getting older, but though I'm not, because I'll tell
No,
you
you're
what.
not.
No, because I don't know what it was, last month or whatever. I just decided to unleash on FP. I just spewed everything I've ever thought about him. I mean, I told him everything. I mean, everything.
It's cathartic, though.
Everything I've ever thought, everything I've kept inside, everything.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What exactly have you kept inside?
No,
This guy's taken a beating a few times.
I said stuff you can't imagine.
But that's conflict resolution there.
I felt better.
Whereas, we would want to punch the guy, and that would be our conflict resolution.
Right.
You unloaded, and you felt better.
Yeah.
Just like I'd feel better if I'd have got my hands on that guy yesterday.
And I
Because-
felt
but
great
for-
about dragging the bowling guy over the counter in front of his friends.
But for me, this is what I said. I go, I know we will never speak again if I say exactly how I feel and what I think of you and what you've done to me. So I have nothing to lose at this point. So strap yourself in, because here we go.
It's going to be a bumpy ride.
And then I just spewed it all, and then it was over. But you're still mad at the bowling shoe guy. You're still mad at the freeway guy.
I didn't have resolution.
No,
I
that
didn't
happened
get to
yesterday.
unload.
That happened yesterday. I'm It's a happy memory, the bowling shoe guy.
It's a happy
Oh, yeah.
because you said he whatever your dignity.
Yeah.
And so you will fight to the bloody end.
Right, but the cops came. But I still got to drag him physically over a glass display counter
so that was your resolution.
in front of all his friends. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It is now, and even if it weren't resolved completely, because he did deserve to be punched in the face, and I didn't do that, but I had the chance to drag him over a counter. Now, that's a specific embarrassing thing.
Yeah, looked like
his
a wuss.
his feet are dangling,
Oh,
right?
they're kicking. While you were in your bare feet.
Yes. And his feet are dangling, and the cops are coming. I was resolving
Bowling
it. So
alley,
now
you
it is a very happy memory for me.
Okay.
And I appreciate that somehow it came up this morning because there's a little spring in my step.
Do you think that there are people that don't ever just go like, oh my God, like,
Right up until they're Dahmer.
Yep.
Jack, do you, or do you just hold it in until you're Dahmer and eat people?
I usually hold it in, and I can hold a grudge. I mean, there's still years, 10, 15
Really?
years.
You just-
Oh, yeah.
But you
Remember,
ne-
I didn't have cable for, 5 years because I got
But
mad
you
at
punish. Sometimes though, the sad part is you'll punish yourself.
Yourself.
Yeah.
But I was making a point. Is the cable
You know what?
company
Yeah.
screwed me, and until it changed, and I didn't get cable until they changed companies.
It's like when
Nice.
I
I'm proud of you.
accidentally threw that thing at the boss and then I quit, and then my agent called going, "Hey, where's my 10%?" And I said, "You know what? I don't care to work here again. It is the principle. It's
Yes!
the principle of the matter, and I
That's
will
the worst!
forego a paycheck every 2 weeks to prove my point."
Yeah, I remember standing up on stage saying, "Hi, I'm Danny. I'm the new host of your girls' night out." I thought, boy, this is all about the principle.
Call Jamie and Danny.
There's so much drama. Hey, this morning, John Mayer.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, I love him too.
I really love him in that special way.
Well, I'll tell him to be careful.
Okay, do that. John Mayer will be in the hizzy, if you will. Also, yesterday we kind of talked about the Dr. Phil crap.
Yeah.
And today we're talking about just snapping and when you're mad at somebody and all that, blah, blah, blah. Well, one of the Dr. Phil things is not forgiving, basically.
Right.
Jack, do you have these clips? I'm sorry, I should have told you. Jack and I should have practiced this before. It's like number 7. Okay. So anyway, it's basically like this particular one is a woman that won't let things go.
Right.
But what we do is when we won't let things go or we won't accept an apology, we just torture the other person.
Absolutely.
So here is number 7. Go ahead, Jack.
I just think you're just an asshole for doing that, and I can't believe you did it.
Oh, he had
and
an
I can't
affair.
get over it, and I don't forgive you.
Your mission in life is to punish this man.
Right. Even though I told you to get out, I thought you'd go to your friend's house, not with some girl.
I can't take it back. We can only move on from this point.
Now, where is she now, and how do I know you're not talking to her still? Who
I
is
gave
she?
you
I
the
want to know
number.
who she is.
This has to stop here now.
I want a divorce from him, and I want to move on with my life. And I don't care if I have to live in a cardboard box. I'm fed up with it.
You say you cannot and will not get past it. Then you need to shut this down.
I want to know who he had an affair with.
I give up. I swear. I absolutely give up. Get a divorce.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just torture and torture and
First of
torture.
all, she could just physically kick that guy's ass.
Yeah, she was the tall one. He was the low one.
Yeah. I didn't get it till they danced.
Big girl, little guy.
Yeah.
It was kind of tragic. Yeah. So, but the other thing I believe is that when somebody does you wrong, then you use it as your power.
Right.
Or you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
you use it as your power to manipulate, to whatever, everything,
Right.
to torture.
See, in normal relationships, like somebody does something worse than the other person, so the other person has the power. But in my relationship, where a person does absolutely nothing wrong, Gretchen, and a person goes as far over the edge as I have in the world of wrong, the power so lies on Gretchen. She just brings up a thing and I'm shut down. I can't. She wins. You know, the person with the power over the person that misbehaved in a big way, you just lose.
Yeah, but the problem is that like this woman, I mean, this woman's a bad example because I don't think she's a terrific person, but
No, that's a bad girl.
But you know, the problem is that you sit and you beat yourself up as like, what did I do to deserve? You know, I mean, what did Gretchen do to deserve that kind of treatment?
Right.
You know, and so you sit there and you can't come up with an answer.
That kind of
So
neglect.
it makes you really angry at not only you, but also at herself and all that. You just sit there and go, why do I deserve this? Like, what did I do wrong? I've been there for him. I've been good to him. Like, why?
What possible motivation could have had to lock himself in a room for 2 years?
Yeah. I mean, because, according to you, she's perfect. She's there. She's done everything right. So why? Why do you treat her like crap?
Yeah, well, that's a little strong.
Well, I mean, if you're in the room, that's not
No,
good.
there was a time,
There's emotional abandonment.
I had a
emotional
full-blown
abandonment, Danny.
not breakdown, but like midlife crisis that got real serious. I mean, I lost all that weight and all that stuff. And she muscled through a full-blown crazy man. And I do swear to God, in my opinion, she does no wrong. So now that I'm over it, and she can just remind me of that. And if that's wrong, that's the only thing she does wrong, is she'll use that against me. If we're in an argument, she'll remind me of what she has suffered through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that can take a while.
Yeah.
You know, if she gets the list out, it's going to be a long day.
All right, we'll take these phone calls, but then I just have the most disgusting story ever about having relations with your doctor.
Yeah, I just read it. Just read it.
Is that nasty?
Well, it's not only nasty, but at the end, it's embarrassing, too.
Well, we might as well just tell them now.
Okay.
So this chick, right? She is going to see her OBGYN.
In her 50s, by the way.
Right. And he ends up, I guess they end up having relations.
At hospitals all over town.
Yeah.
She'd meet him up for quick sex.
They'd have these crazy affairs, and they'd even have sex on the operating table. Well, she thought she was really, really special because,
Right.
I mean, he'd risk his career for her, basically.
Yeah, she felt red hot over this.
Yeah, and so then one day they put that ultrasound, that jelly belly,
smeared
belly
that
jelly,
grease on her.
Yeah, all over her belly, and then they watched the monitor as he was making love to her.
Right. So he could watch.
The black and white video of,
Right.
Okay, so gross enough and dangerous enough and unprofessional enough, right?
Yeah.
The embarrassing part is she said, I really couldn't see what it was. And I don't mean to make fun of the guy, but it's not like it was that big of a deal.
Aww.
She couldn't see it on the ultrasound.
I just think
You
that
can
would
see
be,
if a baby has one.
I just think that would be weird.
Yeah.
Like,
But
hey,
remember-
shocker.
Remember that sex toy somebody sent us with a little video camera in the end?
Oh, yeah.
That's not available at JamieWhite.com?
No, we don't sell that.
You sell classy, you can get classy pleasure at JamieWhite.com.
All your naughty needs.
Yes. An orgasm, the world's best drug.
Yes, thank
Look
you.
at me do all your
That's
plugs.
very nice. But no, we don't sell the internal video camera. That thing was weird. Remember we were looking up each other's noses? Booger Patrol. Oh, we laughed. Anyway. All right. Oh, my God. We haven't done the first calls of the day.
No, we
wow.
haven't.
It's already this late. I'm retarded. Jack.
The first call of the day with Jamie and Danny.
Check it and see. I got a fever of 103.
Slime Family Stone?
I said
It's getting hot in here. It's all Stone Cold. It's never getting so hot. I want to take my clothes off.
it's hot inside. Lonely black and white on a hot summer night. Oh, island
Harry Belafonte.
in the sun. Summer love. Summer breeze.
Hall & Oates. No, Katie Loggins.
Blowing through the jasmine in my mind.
Wait for the next one. No.
What are you guys saying? I can't understand you.
I'm burning for you.
Who likes to call?
All right. That's annoying. You guys got to stop.
Well, we did.
But, I mean, we can't hear you or anything. It's just two people mumbling.
We're trying to figure out who everybody is, and we are not sure on one.
I don't care. It's just annoying as hell. It's
There are 10 different bands. I'm just trying to appreciate the work that Lil Jack did.
Well, appreciate it on your own time.
This is my own time.
It's all of our time.
Exactly.
And
And
you're
two
ruining
of the
it.
three of us were enjoying it.
Well, I was trying to enjoy the music, but all I hear.
You don't like that? I'm enjoying myself. As a matter of fact, if you could stay like
You wish. I'll never go away. All right, let me push this random button and see what we get. Here is Ken. Hi, Ken.
Hey, how you doing? I got a tip for Stench when he runs into another guy like he did with the Audi.
Yeah.
What I do is I go up and get in front of him. I grab a handful of change out of my ashtray, roll down my window, and throw it back at like 70 miles an hour. It'll do a number
Well,
on it.
that's not nice.
Plus,
It works, though. It works.
Under my current condition, I would rather die than throw out any change.
And not only that, Ken, but why aren't you putting your change in those individual change holders? The quarter, the dime, the penny.
I'm telling you, it's the best $2.34 you'll ever spend in your life.
You know.
See, I'd throw the 4 cents. But anything that looks silver goes in my buried treasure.
Ken,
you guys are killing me. Where's Stench? He's
wait,
got
Ken, I want you to listen to Kim, okay? Kim?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Kim.
Oh, that's not you. Hell. Where's the one that... Oh, they left. Here's the thing, Ken.
Yeah?
I think that sarcasm is the best, what am I thinking? Like revenge?
Yeah, but it's hard to be sarcastic at 80.
Yeah,
No, it's
at
not.
80 miles an
No,
hour,
no,
correct.
you know what you do? You wave and you smile. Oh, hey. That little hey.
No,
and
no,
while they're
no,
still honking, you're like, hey, and you smile. It drives them over the edge. I know. I do it all the time.
No, you can't do it. The guy in the Audi, that's exactly what he doesn't want.
Dude, Ken rules!
I can't.
Hi, Stench.
Dude, that rules! I totally should have done that yesterday in this little wuss Audi car.
That's right. You'll either got two things. You'll either ding up his nice Audi or he'll want you to pull over.
Yes, that's perfect.
And what does that get anybody?
It gets the Audi guy an ass beating.
Conflict resolution right there.
That's
Hey, it works. Yeah, it works.
That is conflict resolution to you.
If I would have dinged up his little gay guy car, I would have been extremely happy with myself, and I could have walked away happy.
Stench, let me hold on. Yeah, you hold on, Ken, you bastard.
Cool.
Yeah. Let me ask you something, Stench.
Nice.
When you and your wife are in a huge disagreement.
Do you throw change in her face?
Oh, that was conflict resolution right there.
No, I really want to know something. How do you resolve your issues with your wife?
How do I resolve my issues with her?
Uh-huh.
Usually argue with her and then just get away from her for a while, then I'm fine. If I could have got away from that guy for a long time, I would have been mad at him still.
But, I mean, it seems like you need some kind of conflict resolution and everything. Like, Jack ignores problems and acts like it doesn't happen until he
chops somebody up in little pieces.
We all
And eat
agree
'em.
with that. Yeah,
Right.
and he agrees with that, too, that he just holds it in until he's going to internally. And actually, he's just going to go postal.
Although it's not of Stench caliber, I did snap a little bit at some old people at Costco the other day. I'm on the phone with my sister. She's driving me nuts with trying to schedule something, and I
Right.
have my baby in the cart, and I can overhear my shoulder this old couple keep going, "That's the cutest little boy. Look at him. He's just so cute." And my little girl is wearing animal print, and so I go to my sister and go, "I gotta go." Hang up the phone, turn and go, "It's a girl!" in these poor people's face. I mean, I didn't kill anybody, but these poor old people were just admiring my baby.
God,
What's
Jack!
wrong with you? They were just admiring your baby.
It's a little girl. She was wearing animal print. She doesn't look like a boy.
She might with animals on her.
No.
Were they, like, what kind of animals? Bunnies, maybe girl,
it
but
was
lions?
It was a little leopard print with little leopard flowers on it.
Oh.
And what is it that makes a manly baby?
Throw change at the old people, Jack.
I'm just thinking, it's really weird how people solve problems. Jack ignores it, holds it in until
Until he attacks old folks.
Right, and he just walks away. But Stench, you and your wife just go head to head, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then does anybody ever feel like the winner? Because I think even in Jack's case, nobody is the winner. I mean, when Jack holds it in and
Right.
seizes on it, I don't think he's the winner.
He would win in a fight with me because I can't bear that.
What's weird with us is I swear we'll go like toe to toe, like blah 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 blah, verbal. Like I would never smack her. That just couldn't
Oh, that's
happen
nice.
because I would hurt her
That's
badly.
You're sweet.
I couldn't hit a woman.
Sweet, that's sweet.
Except that big lesbian that hit you first.
Yes, then it's different. That's
Yeah,
kind of manly, and she started it.
You knocked her out with one punch.
but that's a different story.
But you saying you never hit a woman is wrong because you
Right.
have and you knocked out a woman.
Yeah,
But she punched him in the face hard.
I've never hit a woman I've been in a relationship with.
It's so sad. We had this show the other day. You know how you try really hard not to get those little things that your parents have?
Right.
And remember we were talking about like what your mom and dad, I forgot what it was. Like your dad always says everybody's a fruitcake.
Yeah. Damn fruitcake.
Fruitcake. Everybody's a fruitcake no matter what. And in my house, my mom would never finish a sentence. We always had to finish it for her. She'd be like, I walked over to the store. And it wasn't that she forgot. She just would be like, la, la, la.
Right.
And then my dad, no matter who he sees on the street, he always like, see Roy over there? Yeah, that Roy, he has embezzled millions. And, he just has a story about everybody.
Right.
And
My dad used to touch waitresses' arms and call them honey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh. Right.
So there was one other that your family did all this. Oh, yeah. We talked about this. And that his father-in-law, anytime they buy something, he'll say, well, I wouldn't have bought that. That's stupid. I could have got it cheaper.
Right.
Take it back.
Well, do you know that I just did one of those things that I'm afraid I'll always do?
Oh.
Because I said I think what I'll always do that I'm really scared about is I'll always have some tiny bit of medical knowledge, both orthodontically and orthopedically.
Right.
I'll always have some kind of knowledge.
Right. You knew thumb-sucking malocclusion
Yeah.
and subtalar arthrodesis.
Well, so Stench is telling me about this procedure for snoring, and he said, and then
I watched this happen.
right, and then the flap and the whatever grow together. I'm like, they fuse.
Yeah.
Like, I know.
You
Oh,
said,
my God.
I think they call it fusing.
Yeah. Like, why do I do that? I don't want, because I know, like,
Do you know it's?
I hate that.
I think you know how like now if I see a jogger that's still jogging at a red light, I think of you.
Yeah.
I think of you and Jason every morning on the freeway at 125 miles an hour.
Why?
Because I told Jason, I said, I have this problem. My bike
The
around this
motorcycle
one
rider
turn,
that I used to date.
I said, I've got a little shimmy at a certain speed. And so I came in and I told you that Jason said that there's a thing that I can do and I've got a little shimmy in my bike. And you said, Jason did not say shimmy. And I said, no, yeah, he did. That's what he said. He said, I've got a shimmy and I can change it with my...
He would never say shimmy.
And he would never say shimmy. And I'm saying, shut up. Of course he said shimmy. I've got a little shimmy. That's what it is. And then you called him and he said, yeah. You have a little problem with head shake. And it turns out it's a part of the road that I hit every day. And every day at 125 miles an hour, I think of you and Jason and shimmy and head shake.
Because shimmy, remember, is this. Shimmy, shimmy. Shimmy, shimmy, Coca-Cola. Shimmy, shimmy.
Shimmy,
You also have,
Shimmy, shimmy.
You also have a little motorcycle knowledge and probably could build part of a bridge.
I didn't really get into the bridge facet so much.
What's the biggest piece of machinery you ever used?
Who, Builder Bob?
Yeah.
Well, no, I've been on bigger than that.
Wow.
Because if you know, Jason's family owns a big construction company, and they have one of the biggest land movers in the country.
Right.
So I've been on one of the biggest land movers. So it was much bigger than Builder Bob's land mover. And by the way, that's another thing I get to say. I go, see that dozer over there? Only moves like 10,000 square feet per whatever. I've been on the world's biggest and baddest land mover.
Okay, Builder Bob's land mover was bigger than Jason's.
No, Jason's family has a bigger one.
But whose was quicker?
You know, I'm not even talking about their penises like you're trying to get me to.
I would never, because he's my new friend. I even wrote that on the board yesterday, that Jason and I are pen pals.
I know what I know. Rebarb. I know rebarb. I know a lot about rebarb
See?
now.
And you knew that I didn't have a shimmy.
Jack, what has your wife taught you? Like, are you an expert in anything because of your wife?
I don't think so.
You can, like, hold a bunch of glasses on a tray?
No, and I don't know much about acting either, so...
You don't?
No.
I was about to be mean for no reason.
Oh, keep it to yourself,
I will.
Dan.
She was great. No, I was just going to go either to she.
Oh.
But she's wonderful and
She was
brilliant
really
and stole
good,
the show.
so that wouldn't be funny.
No.
Yeah.
I've learned that
I hate
Jesus
her.
Christ should be my personal savior.
Why?
That's what I've learned
Oh,
from my
right.
life.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. What about you?
Notice I said should be.
I know how to like
He
sell
is
you guys to
mine.
the devil.
Huh?
I know how to like sell you guys to the devil for a low price.
Oh, because your wife's in sales.